Understanding correct way to cancel out common factor is a very significant approach in algebra course to find correct solution for simplifying rational expressions. We use this method in precalculus, calculus, and differential equation courses. The first example, we have to simplify 20x plus 5 over 5x. Step 1. We have to factor numerator and denominator. We can see our numerator has common factor 5. So we can write like 5 times 4x plus 1 over 5x. Now we can cancel out because we have common factor 5 and 5. So we cancel out 5. Keep in your mind, we can cancel out only factor 4x plus 1 over x. It is correct answer in correct way to find solution. Left side you can see mistake, so we cannot do like that and like that. Next example, we have to simplify x squared minus 9 over x plus 3. The first step, factor numerator and denominator. We can factor numerator. It is difference of square formula. We can write like x minus 3 times x plus 3 and x plus 3 our denominator. Now we can see we have factor x minus 3 times the second factor x plus 3, so multiplication here. We can cancel out x plus 3. Answer, it would be x minus 3. Correct answer for our example. Example 3. We have to simplify xy squared minus 16x over 2y minus 8. So we remember left side it is mistakes, mistakes, and mistakes. We cannot do like that. We will follow correct way. The first step, we have to factor numerator and denominator. It would be x, common factor here x, y squared minus 16 over common factor on our denominator 2. So I can distribute 2. It would be 2 y minus 4. Now y squared minus 16, we can write like x y squared minus, what is 16? It is 4 squared over 2 y minus 4. Now we have difference of square formula. So we can write x y minus 4 times y plus 4. We keep denominator, it would be 2 y minus 4. Now we can see we have common factor y minus 4 and y minus 4. We can cancel out. Correct answer, it would be x y plus 4 over 2. It is answer for our example. Next example, we have to simplify 4x plus square root of 2 divided by square root of 2. Left column, it is mistake. We cannot simplify like that, square root of 2. And I would like to remind you, what is 4? 4, we can write like 2 times 2. What is 2? 2, we can write like square root of 4. Square root of 4, we can write like square root of 2 times square root of 2. Now we go to our example. So we remember our gold rule. We have to factor numerator and denominator. What is 4x? 4x we can write like 2 square root of 2 times square root of 2x plus square root of 2 over square root of 2. Now common factor we have square root of 2 and square root of 2. So we can write like square root of 2, open parenthesis, 2 square root of 2x plus 1 over square root of 2. Now we can cancel out square root of 2 and we will have 2 square root of 2x plus 1 divided by 1. Final answer, it would be 2 square root of 2x plus 1. This correct answer for our example. Example 5. We have to simplify z squared plus 5z plus 6 over z cubed minus 4z. The first step, we remember gold rule. We have to factor numerator denominator. Factored form of numerator, it would be z plus 2 z plus 3 over denominator has common factor z, so distributive form it would be, we can distribute z, it would be z square minus 4. 4 it is 2 square, everyone remember it is 2 square. So now for denominator we will use difference of square formula, so it would be z minus 2 z plus 2, and we will keep our numerator z plus 2 z plus 3. Now we can see we have common factor z plus 2. Z plus 2 and z plus 2 we can cancel out. And we can write answer. It would be z plus 3 over z minus 2. This is correct answer, or you can write like z plus 3 and you distribute z. It would be z square minus 2z. Correct answer for our example 5. Example 6. We have to divide and simplify our rational expression. So we have x squared plus x minus 2 over x minus 1. Have to multiply by reciprocal with 6x plus 12 over x plus 3. So it will be x plus 3 over 6x plus 12. Now we use our gold rule. We have to factor numerator, denominator. Factor numerator, it would be x plus 2 times x minus 1. We keep last factor x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. 6x plus 12. We have common factor here 6. So we can write like 6 times x plus 2. Now we can see we have our numerator has multiplication and denominator has multiplication. So we have factor x plus 2, x plus 2. We can cancel out. We have factor changing x minus 1 and x minus 1. We can cancel out common factor. It would be x plus 3 over 6. It's a beautiful answer for our given example. Example 7. We have to multiply two rational expressions. The first step is, well, we have to factor numerator and denominator. X squared plus 2x minus 3 has factoring form like x plus 3 times x minus 1. After x plus 1, our factor divided by x minus 3, 3x plus 9, common factor 3, we can write like 3x plus 3. Now we can see we have common factor x plus 3, numerator and denominator. We can cancel out. We have x minus 1 times x plus 1 over 3 x minus 3. Now we can write it would be x squared minus 1 over 3x minus 9. So both variant, this is correct answer and this correct answer for our given example. It is step-by-step plan to cancel out common factors when you work with rational expressions. Thank you for watching and see you soon.